1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, everyone. I have a very special guest with me today, Zaki Shaheen. He's a mentor, a friend, and a brilliant engineer. So let's start with kind of just very briefly going over Zaki's professional career, and I hope I don't miss out anything. But Zaki started as a computer science graduate from FAST. He then worked in Pakistan for a few years. Uske baad wo eventually was the head of engineering for a respectable software house called Quest Solutions. उनके बाद he moved to a US. He moved to US. He moved to a US. He moved to US as a software engineer at Yelp. And we'll talk about his different experience at his stint both in Pakistan and abroad. And after that, he worked as a software engineer at Facebook, where he worked on exciting products like Facebook avatars, and WhatsApp. And more specifically, WhatsApp में उन्होंने he worked on the audio and video calling functionality. Or currently, he's working at a Silicon Valley startup called Tome, and is one of the first few founding engineers. So that's some career. So मेरे ख्याल से I covered most of it. So there's just one that through which we met, and one जो आपकी एक और professional stint है, which actually led to me and Zaki meeting, which is AimFit, right? So AimFit is a local Pakistani femtech health and fitness startup. And I was working there as a product manager, my first role as a product manager, and Zaki is currently still a technical advisor at AimFit. And I worked there for around a year and a half, and Zaki came in, 2 months after I got in. And AimFit generally has been one of the best experiences for me, and just working with Zaki kind of, just significantly improved that learning experience, because उनका experience भी बहुत ज़्यादा था और बहुत variety का experience था. और एक और मजे की बात ये थी जो I think contributed a lot is that Zaki himself is a fitness enthusiast, and we were working on a fitness product when an engineer is genuinely interested in building a product that they're excited about. बहुत मजे की बात थी. So I'm going to stop speaking and, hi Zaki, how are you?
Good. Thank you. That's a very generous intro. Happy to be here. Always fun to chat with you and do a lot of shit talking and all that stuff.
Yeah. The good thing is that that's actually what we're trying to do, right? A lot of these people that I have these conversations with offline, मैं चाहता हूँ कि let's bring them to the limelight. We don't have a lot of podcasts in the Pakistan, coming out of Pakistan, that specifically talk about, अब तो खैर फिर भी है, but specifically talk or are focused around product management, engineering, और जो generally होते हैं वो थोड़े generic होते हैं, तो वो startups को cover कर लेते हैं, but they don't go into the nuances of what these roles and what these jobs entail. So chalo, on the topic of shit talking, I thought let's kind of warm the arena through that. And I know I'm going to talk about two things that are very dear to your heart, Twitter and Elon Musk. So Elon Musk recently acquired Twitter. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And I'm not going to give you any leading question or thoughts, क्योंकि मैं आपकी बिल्कुल bare bones thoughts सुनना चाहता हूँ उसके बारे में.
Yeah. That was brewing for many months. I think everybody was kind of tired of listening to all of that, but at least I didn't foresee what was going to happen, which is on top of my mind, on my mind stack is, I'm so sick of every single platform talking about Elon now. LinkedIn pe jaएं, वहाँ पे like Elon is firing people. Facebook पे जाएं, like Elon is copying Facebook. Twitter पे जाएं, so there's so much going on. I think it is very overwhelming right now, but I think Twitter has been very unfortunate from the start. Founders के issues आपस में, फिर Evie, and then Jack, and then Dick Costello, and now Parag, and now Elon. Right now, it's actually, there is no CEO, so he's like calling the shots as an owner, not even a founder or a CEO, just the owner. So Twitter,
why don't you tell everyone? उन्होंने अपने आप को एक टाइटल दिया हुआ है,
Chief Twit.
Yeah,
Chief Twit. That's fun. Actually, that's a very interesting thing about Elon, is that he always questions the status quo, and people hate him for that. and I sort of sometimes admire him for that. वो Tesla, maybe his title is what's it, Techno King, and his
Yeah.
CFO, the CFO is called Coin Lord or something like that. Coin something,
Oh, seriously?
which
अच्छा,
is
seriously?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And basically he's not wrong. ये सारे made up titles हैं. And the underlying point is this is all made up. Like you guys need to, you know, just get above all of this and just get shit done, which is what he does. वो अलग बात है, he also is a big meme lord. He's probably the biggest meme guy on the planet right now. और वो सबके साथ पंगे भी लेता है, and of course he has a very strong personality, very strong bias for action. I have very conflicting thoughts these days. मुझे सबसे बड़ा मसला ये है, being an invest, like sort of holding some shares of Tesla. I think ये Twitter से he's getting a bit distracted. I'm pretty sure he's not dumb. He's very, very smart, probably the smartest guy on earth. But why would he distract himself from the things that actually matter, SpaceX and Tesla and Neuralink, to work on this? I don't understand it. Maybe Wick book Derailed. And in that book, it's a very, very interesting book. Derailed में he talks about, the author talks about different founders who are very successful, but like one or two mistakes just killed their career, like destroyed their reputation. कोई इतना successful हो गया that they thought they are beyond any laws or anything, and they started having relationships with their employees or whatever, like, you know, illegal stuff. Yeah, success gets to their head. I hope that now Elon ke saath, he has a tendency for this. He has run into problems with the SEC over like the controversies that were happening in Tesla like a few years ago. SpaceX commission is very important. Tesla commission is very important. Even DeepMind is very important. I mean, he should be just getting shit done. Party kare beshak privately. But then again, who am I to tell him what to do, what not to do? He's the king, and he's a sort of like the king of the biggest capitalist country in the world. So who can complain about that?
Yeah. Actually, there are two interesting things on that regard. एक तो ये जो the point that you made, I remember listening to this podcast or वो VC था, and he was talking about that there are very few founders in the world, and he was talking about Elon Musk and Apple's founder Steve Jobs, and I think वो कुछ और को mention कर रहा था that have the kind of mental capacity to be able to switch context so quickly when you're managing companies. अच्छा खाली question managing companies की बात नहीं है ना. It's not just like okay these two startups that you're managing. You're managing two of the most important companies or three of the most important companies, and you know that kind of
Yeah.
have the impact to change the world. तो वो जिस तरह context switching करते हैं तो it's remarkable, and it's just it's remarkable how they are able to manage it and how they're able to grow the company. Regarding your point about how he's working on some of the, I definitely think he's the most important entrepreneur of our generation. If humans are to ever become multiplanetary species, that's going to be because of him, or he's going to be a very significant reason for it.
Yeah.
But I also think that I get one of the reasons why he, like, वो जो एक बात फैली हुई है कि you want to make this Twitter, this town hall, like square,
Town square,
right? This place where people can come and because Twitter I feel is like the one social media tool जहाँ पर आपके पास हर तरह के लोग हैं ना. Like it
Yeah.
kind of it covers all spectrum from people, politicians to people who are just trying to troll others on the internet. तो वो जो एक spectrum cover करता है, तो it provides a platform to have both serious engagements and serious conversations,
Yeah.
and also to involve in what you said, kind of shit talking, or वो जो memes खुद जो बहुत ज़्यादा
Yeah.
share करते हैं. Or that's actually my second point, right? You're right कि वो he's a very like I don't even know like I don't exactly know how one can describe him, but I think one way that I feel he's so different than others is that when you think of people that when you think of the richest person on the planet, right? And growing up, you and I read books and we read, TV shows like Succession, वगैरह. Okay, the richest people on the planet, on planet Earth, they live behind closed doors. They basically, uh, in a lot of ways, they're controlling the world,
Yeah.
through different ways, and it kind of paints a very dubious picture. यहाँ पे एक बंदा है जो अपने अपने आप का खुद मजाक उड़ा रहा होता है through memes, and I just find that kind of approach that he
Yeah.
takes very engaging, right? At least
Yeah.
he's
We're
engaging
not.
between.
Yeah, I think we're not used to seeing such people. और इस तरह के बहुत सारे लोग हैं, उनको लाइमलाइट नहीं मिलती, मौका नहीं मिलता है. Like he kind of was at the right place at the right time in many ways. लेकिन अभी लेक्स फ्रीडमैन की पॉडकास्ट पे he interviewed Karpathy, Andre Karpathy. Spent 5-6 years with Tesla. He was like the director of AI, and you can listen to him to understand what it's like to work with Elon. वो ये कहता है कि like he has a very good ability to cut through the flubber to like bias for action, and also he understands entropy and how to avoid entropy, how to reduce entropy. So बहुत सारे लोगों को तो नहीं पता कि entropy होती क्या है, how to detect it, and then even if you do realize, it's very hard to cut through it, right? कि कंपनी में like meetings नहीं में नहीं आना किसी ने तो नहीं आया मीटिंग, cut down the meetings, cut down all the red tape around everything, ताकि चीजें तेज हो. और लोगों को उसके ये तरीके थोड़े से अनऑर्थोडॉक्स लगते हैं कि फायरिंग कर रहा है या बहुत ज़्यादा काम करवा रहा है, but that's how he looks at things. But also you were saying कि he's also very well read, just like we know people like Naval या Balaji की अभी हम बात कर रहे थे, Balaji and all these people. I was listening to a podcast, this guy Dan Carlin who does the Hardcore History podcast. और Dan Carlin Elon Musk के साथ फोन पे बात कर रहा था, वैसे ही गपशप लगा रहे थे, just like we do sometimes. And he like यार इसको रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं. उसने कहा ठीक है आ जाओ. Elon ने कहा आ जाओ, ठीक है रिकॉर्ड कर लेते हैं. And just to give you an idea कि आधी रात को किस तरह की discussions करता है. So they spent the next 2 hours discussing the technical, intricate details of warplanes that were used in World War II, right? बहुत minute details कि कौन सी ammunition में कौन सा कारतूस पे क्या use कर रहे थे और कैसे deploy हो रहे थे and everything. Like how the hell does he get time to read up on, like first of all World War II और उसके भी अंदर very very niche के like Luftwaffe, German Luftwaffe के पास कौन सा जहाज था और British Army के पास कौन सा जहाज था और कब कौन सा जहाज प्रोड्यूस हुआ था, किस ईयर में हुआ था, उसमें क्या डिजाइन फ्लॉज थे और उसमें क्या डिजाइन फ्लॉज थे और ये वाला जहाज ये वाली एमिनेशन यूज करता है. इट्स सो डीप. सो वो सरफेस लेवल पे अगर आप ट्विटर और न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स और लाइक गार्डियन और इन लोगों की क्लिक बेटी न्यूज के बियॉन्ड अगर आप देखेंगे तो फिर आपको रियलाइज होगा कि what he is made up of. So of course controversies भी हैं and he's not acting in a lot of ways, not acting according to the societal norms, but that's sort of like a given. Because जब आपके पास एक बंदा है who has spent all his life just scouring through heaps and heaps of books in a library, not socializing with actual people in Africa or wherever, और फिर उसके बाद he's just coding all night, just sleeping under his desk, showering at YMCA. So like what do you expect? But then he has also shown that so much of what we do is just fluff. You can cut through it and get shit done. So I'm excited that वो Twitter के साथ ऐसे करेगा, but I'm also very worried that it may actually distract him. Or social media, and like I worked at Facebook, is a very kind of dirty landscape. बहुत मसला है, content moderation ये वो, so he'll get really distracted. So I'm just very worried about that.
Yeah, I think like several times that वो लेक्स के भी पॉडकास्ट पे काफी मतलब आए हुए हैं, जो रोगन के पॉडकास्ट पे भी काफी मतलब आए हुए हैं. And that's a repeated question going along with what you just added. Okay, how does he get time to think about such complex problems, right? About and and also get time to be, I would say, in a lot of ways culturally relevant. उनको बहुत सारी चीज़ों के बारे में, and he said growing up, one of the reasons why he was excited about software engineering is because उनको game development, games का बहुत शौक था और sci-fi का बहुत ज़्यादा शौक था. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
He still
So
plays video games. And then of all this, he say, I don't know where I was reading, but he was discussing video games with someone, like latest ones. कि हाँ ये वाली की ending ऐसे Elder Scrolls किसी के साथ discuss कर रहा था or something, which is crazy. I think I've seen other people at work as well who do not have this thing कि अच्छा अभी मेरा mood है काम करने का, अभी मेरा mood नहीं है. अच्छा, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna just warm up and have my coffee and read my news, and maybe in a couple of hours I'll get in the mood of starting to code and blah blah blah. No, he wakes up, he's on, and he's on for until the next 18 hours, then he falls to sleep. Uske baki like sari uske like Ash who's that? Ashley, who wrote his biography, they said
yeah,
कि dinner पे गए and वो steak थी उसके सामने, and we were like having a dinner conversation. 2 minutes में steak was gone. Like he doesn't have this like system of, you know, formalities and everything in his mind apparently. So there is no off switch. He just goes. And that there's no need for people to just try to imitate him because he is what he is. Should people celebrate him? Yes, for the things that are right. Should people criticize him? Yes, for the things that are wrong. But by and large, net positive effect on society so far. So I hope that continues. बाकी जो पता नहीं कितने बच्चे पैदा कर लिए, कितनी शादियां कर ली, जो मर्जी होगी, like who doesn't have those problems in their life? It's just clickbait news. All these people are trying to cash on his thing. I mean, if he had like 3 eyes, people would be taking pictures of him and posting them online all day, every day, because we just can't resist looking at a human who has some flaw. You know, वो नहीं होती, एक voyeurism type चीज होती है. एक I just love Dan Carlin's Hardcore History or Hardcore History. में there is this podcast which actually Elon introduced. उसने I think Lex Friedman की इस पे बात की थी किसी पे. It's called Painfotainment. I might have shared it with you. 6 घंटे की podcast है on Painfotainment and how humans have always in the history have always wanted to look at pain. They enjoy it. There were times in history when people would pay to go see a beheading, right? To take the front seat. टिकट लगा के लगता था कि फ्रंट सीट लेंगे, जाके वो किसी की beheading देखेंगे कैसे होती है, और कैसे उससे पहले वो जो जल्लाद है, जो executioner है, वो क्या कर रहा होता है, क्या ड्रामे होते हैं, ये वो. It's a 6 hours of magnificent podcast. If anybody is interested in history, that is a must listen. But like लोगों को शौक है दूसरे लोगों की बुराइयां देखने का, डिस्कस करने का, उसको रीट्वीट करने का. So I guess it is what it is, but you gotta see beyond all of this if you really care about the world.
yeah. I think in a lot of ways, the reason why his idiosyncrasy is one of the reasons why I think he's also this successful. I feel had he just followed a lot of the ways, had he just followed, the more structured approach towards doing a
Yeah.
lot of things, और उसका I think एक reason ये भी है कि he was not born and raised in America, which I think played some role. जो और वो किताब में भी mention है ना कि his upbringing in South Africa played a significant role in how he's eventually turned out to be, how his outlook on life has turned out to be. Okay, so before we dedicate the entire podcast to Musk, which I know we're both very capable of doing, and आपके opinions और मेरे opinions इस बात पे खत्म ही नहीं होंगे. So let's try to kind of move towards what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
So uske going in that flow and using this as a segue, I want to talk about your experience at Facebook, now called Meta. So उसमें एक anecdote है about your meeting with Zuckerberg. which I remember you shared with me, which I found very interesting. And I think you live that philosophy generally. Before you met Zuckerberg, you kind of believed in that philosophy, and after that, I'm assuming this reinforced that belief in you. Okay, just to kind of abide by that philosophy. So I'd like for you to share वो incident था क्या, और उन्होंने like what did your meeting with Zuckerberg like, वो interaction में उन्होंने क्या बोला था Zuckerberg ने?
Yeah, so a little bit of backdrop. Zuckerberg, jo hai, he does a Q&A with all his employees every Friday. And like 4:30, 5 o'clock, और उसके बाद happy hour and everything. And he's there in person in the Menlo Park office. So मैंने जब join किया उसके 5 or 6 weeks later, I was there at one of his all hands, and regular Q&A चल रहा है. He starts with some company information कि क्या चल रहा है company में, what is he thinking, where are things going, blah blah blah, and then he takes questions, and after that, people break out to a happy hour, and he usually doesn't hang out. वो office चले जाता है अपने office में अपने executives के साथ. So on his way back, I got up to him and I said, I have something to talk about. And he's like, yeah, sure, what's up? So, अब मैं Facebook में, there's a very interesting thing. You go through a boot camp. Boot camp में आपको Facebook technologies के बारे में बताते हैं, and then you get to pick whichever team you want to work on. You can work on any team that is open to hiring at that point. कोई आपको ये नहीं बताता कि आपने इस team को join करना. And that is one of the reasons why I joined Facebook, Meta. So उस वक्त this was 2017, and 2017 में Snapchat was coming up, and Facebook ने अभी तक stories नहीं बनाई थी, I think, और video was becoming slightly more common.
And this is when they
Facebook
acquired Instagram, right? क्योंकि वो Instagram उनका product था, तो आप Facebook को Instagram की बात कर रहे हैं, stories की.
Instagram was there, but it didn't have stories. Like none of the Facebook products had stories. Or Snapchat was giving them a very hard time. और एक और चीज ये चल रही थी कि the youth जो young people, and they were like going to Snapchat and these new up and coming platforms. So I was kind of worried कि मैं कौन सी team join करूँ, कहाँ पे impact होगा. I was trying to balance कि I'm a new person. I don't want to join a team that is super crazy, or I don't want to join a team that is unimpactful as well. So मैं Zuckerberg के पास चला गया. I was like, who best to ask than him? So I asked him. He's like, yeah, what can I help you with? And I said, I'm in a boot camp, and 6 week in, I want to look for a team to join. So what do you recommend I should join? He said, what are the options? I said, ये Messenger Kids एक option है, और youth की team एक option है, and so on. So I'm not sure.
एक news भी थी ना?
What? Yeah. So
news desk.
So he said, well, youth is one of our biggest problems right now, because अगर लोग Facebook early on in their life. So Facebook gets every user and they sort of put them in different life stage buckets, everyone, and they understand कि funnel क्या चल रही है, ठीक है, at what life stage you are on and what are you likely to do, and then which product likely to churn, etc. तो उसने कहा कि ये जो youth है under 13 and also teens, that's our biggest problem, and I would want you to go there. I said, yeah, that's a good advice, but the problem is कि वो Messenger की team कह रही है कि we have to ship in like 90 days, and I just joined Facebook. I don't know shit, so मैं तो fail हो जाऊंगा. And then he laughed and he's like, yeah, you're at Facebook now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about failure. Like, do the hardest thing that you can, and it will be okay. And so that got me really motivated. Kya that up to Zuckerberg himself has given me the green light. I should probably think about joining these teams. And then we walked a few more minutes, discussed a bunch of other things, but that was like the biggest takeaway from that conversation. Ke, do the hard thing and try to not worry about failing that much, which is very uncommon thing to hear for people in our from our culture. यहाँ पे तो we don't want to rock the boat, we don't want to take the risk, we don't want to fail. And then there's this guy who's saying, okay, just, it's okay to fail. Like, do the hard thing where the probability of failure is the highest. And I think like that's what they are doing right now as well with their rebranding and realigning their mission to metaverse. It's probably the hardest thing to do. One of the hardest things that humanity is attempting right now. One is SpaceX जो काम कर रही है. Second is ये Neuralink जो काम कर रहा है to do brain computer interface, read write interface with your brain, and all the other medical benefits that come from it. And then the third is this metaverse, to think of a new platform and own it. So yeah, I think that's like the anecdote.
Yeah. So go after the difficult things in life because there's some
because that's where the impact is. Although you can join a really big company and be like a very small part of something really small, or you can join a really big company and be part of like the moonshot projects. जो चल गया तो जबरदस्त हो जाएगा काम, और नहीं चला तो कोई बात नहीं, go move on to the next moonshot project. But anyway, that was a takeaway.
And I think that's one of the reasons why you see कि जो हम ये बोलते हैं ना startup mafias बन जाते हैं, जैसे करीम का एक माफिया बन गया, PayPal का माफिया बन गया, Airbnb का माफिया बन गया. ये early stages पे जो ये लोग होते हैं when they work on, like you mentioned, moonshot projects, right? वो जो एक किताब है उसकी, Ben Horowitz की, The Hard Thing About Hard Things. Right? And being able to just go through that phase of immense learning, when you're working with super impactful teams and product that literally end up touching or impacting the lives of millions and billions. So it probably changes the internal wiring of the brain on how you perceive problems and how you think about things. And that's one of the reasons why you end up being, good founders later on in your journey. So continuing on that meta journey, so I'd like to also learn कि क्योंकि हम product के थोड़ा product centric podcast को हम थोड़ा product centric podcast रखना चाहते हैं, तो इसमें ये कि you as an engineer working across different products and in different ecosystem, right? Like I said, you started your journey in Pakistan, but then you worked at Yelp, and then you worked in Meta, and then now you're working in Silicon Valley again at a different startup altogether, B2B में आप SaaS में काम करें. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that later in the episode. तो मुझे, क्योंकि इन सारी कंपनियों में मेटा एक ऐसी कंपनी है that's mentioned as one of the forebearers of technology and big tech. So how is the product culture like at Meta? And what kind of product managers have you come to appreciate? Because I'm assuming, and these are the stories that product managers like myself aspire to be, right? Matlab as in, when I hear about case, like for me, getting into a FANG company as a product manager will be like, one of my dream jobs. So I'm assuming that's one of the reasons for that is because वहाँ पे एक superior product culture होता है. So I'd like to hear from you, working as an engineer, how was it different from the other companies you were a part of? And what was so great about it? What did you come to appreciate about product managers at Meta?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question. Product managers specifically पे जाने से पहले I would touch on just general vibe at Meta overall. Like what's different about Meta? So generally speaking, Meta is a very extroverted company. And by extroverted company, I mean people are very vocal about what they think. जो उनके दिमाग में आता है वो बोलते हैं. और ये आपको नजर आता है अगर आप Zuckerberg का Q&A देखें, if you ever get a chance to be in the company and listen to it, बहुत ज़्यादा grilling करते हैं Zuckerberg की. So the grilling he got at the Congress from all the senators was nothing compared to what he gets every Friday at his Q&A. And so he was already prepared. It's like asking someone to run a 5K when they've already ran a marathon, right? He has been doing this for last 14 years. Tough questions from things about racism to product strategy to acquiring other companies to like why did you fire someone, so on. Sometimes even point blank personal questions as well. And sometimes he gets fired up, but he handles it pretty well. I think अगर आप इसको दूसरी company से compare करें, Google में there is a thing called TGI. There used to be a thing called TGIF where the founders would come in every Friday and they would do the same kind of Q&A. But after a certain time, they stopped doing the Q&A. Why? I don't know. I don't want to speculate about it. But like the word on the street is that questions were getting just too intense, and they said that इससे company को फायदा नहीं हो रहा. Right? So that's in the backdrop of everything. Facebook is an extrovert company. Engineers extrovert मिलेंगे आपको, product managers भी extrovert मिलेंगे, and I would say most successful people at Facebook are the ones who are most vocal. So that is somehow ingrained in their incentive structure. ठीक है, तो आपने fight करनी है और आपने उनको अपने ideas को, अपनी सारी चीजों को push करना है, propaganda करना है. If you go to a Facebook office, आपको posters लगे हुए नजर आएंगे. वो posters management ने नहीं लगाए हुए. Management almost never puts a poster anywhere on the campus. ये सारे posters लोगों ने खुद लगाए हुए. So if there's a poster that says code wins arguments, that didn't come from the management. That came from engineers, and they said, "Okay, this is our culture. And we are going to go and propaganda करेंगे और push करेंगे across the company." And then someone said, "कि ये क्या BS है कि contractual workers को कुछ rights हैं और like full-time employees को कुछ और rights हैं." So they created a poster that said resources और उसको cut किया हुआ था और उसके ऊपर लिखा हुआ था people. That's it. That's the poster, and they posted it everywhere on the campus.
No.
And that may piss off the management, but that goes. Management cannot take it off, right? Yeah, there was another poster that said जब लोगों को metrics और इन चीजों पे बहुत ज़्यादा मसला था, तो there was a poster that said everything that can be counted doesn't count, and everything that something like that. I forget the exact. Everything that can be measured, not everything that can be measured counts, and not everything that counts can be measured. Something like that. That was a poster. ठीक है. Muslim community जो है, for example, they have a very strong presence. So वो Ramzan में they can talk to management. They can make their voices heard and get stuff approved. So for example, अफ्तारी के time पे like 8-9 बज गए, office बंद है, but the kitchen staff would create iftari packages and leave it in the micro kitchens or in the fridge for people to take home if they are sitting late and they are fasting. Okay,
Right.
so that is, or yeah, जुम्मे की नमाज पढ़नी है, तो they got approved a whole huge conference room जहाँ पे regularly जुम्मे की नमाज हो रही है campus के, right? Or if there is something anti-Muslim या anti-Semitic या anti-black, they would bring it up in Q&A. ठीक है. So in this backdrop, अब जब product features develop हो रहे हैं, तो जो strong engineers हैं, they push back on the project manager कि ये जो आप कह रहे हैं ये नहीं हो सकता, ये नहीं करना, ये गलत है, ये है वो है. Project managers would push back on their superiors, directors, or so on. They can. A lot of the products came out of hackathons where engineers were always questioning the status quo, and they would go against the flow and build something and then show it to Mark Zuckerberg, even sometimes surpassing him, and just testing it in a country कि ये product बनाया and it works.
अच्छा.
I believe this is the best product. Yeah. Top के जो engineers हैं, they're always working on some tooling at some point as a side project. And they get वो performance incentive and monetary incentive तो अपनी जगह, but they are very proud of building these things. And Facebook product culture के second के लिए I'll come back to that in a second. but engineering culture, engineering tooling is like one of the best at Facebook. किस तरह deploy कर रहे हैं, you know, and there are
तो
a lot of talks. React
तो
and Thrift and so many other tools have come out of Facebook because they just keep questioning the status quo and they're like, नहीं, ये there has to be a better way to do this.
नहीं तो arbitration कैसे होती है फिर? Like for example, like you said that if एक engineering team एक product manager है, वो बोल रहे हैं कि अच्छा we can't do this or they have questions about this. सही है questions हैं, but do product managers are they empowered to say okay you have questions, you have feedback? तो ये तो एक स्मॉल इंस्टेंस की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं कि उसमें फिर अल्टीमेट आर्बिट्रेशन पावर किसकी होती है, और दूसरा जिस तरह आपने बोला कि बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स में जो सीनियर इंजीनियर्स काम कर रहे हैं, तो हु गेट्स टू डिसाइड इफ वी कैन टेस्ट दिस आउट इन अ डिफरेंट कंट्री इन एन आइसोलेशन, you know, as a test it out with a specific group to see the feedback that we get.
Yeah, I don't want to come off as saying कि हर वक्त ही कोई ना कोई conflict चल रही होती है, but conflicts happen rarely. But इस backdrop में होता ये कि अब top से ये goal नहीं set होता कि क्या बनाना है mostly. Like right now, if you look at Meta, they're saying कि metaverse बनाना है, and then of course everything trickles down. But when I was at Facebook, there were goals कि अच्छा newsfeed पे sharing जो है वो drop हो रही है. So we need to improve it by N%. That's it. That's all the prompt that we got from the management. And नीचे फिर project managers will come up with their own projects on how they can contribute to moving or improving this metric, right? And then depending on के engineers उसके साथ कितने linked हैं, they may or may not debate it, but एक period है in which they are planning their projects, brainstorming things, and after they get out of that, if there's a conflict, of course conflict management के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा discussion होती है Facebook के अंदर, trainings भी देते हैं, engineering managers भी हैं, they sort of mediate कि अच्छा, you know, you're being unreasonable here to push this. This is why we're doing this. They are very clear कि अच्छा ये metric move करने के लिए we have to do this project. What you're saying is not part of the goal, right? Or is not contributing to the goal. और उससे फिर ये होता है कि it's okay, the mobility Facebook के अंदर बहुत easy है. People say okay fine, मैं दूसरी टीम में जा रहा हूँ, and the engineering manager can't stop them, and they do move a lot. People move teams very frequently. Every year, every 2 years they move. A lot of people stay in the same team.
But
But
job
product
security,
culture,
there must be a strong sense of job security when you're able to make bold moves like that. Like, you know, I mean, like to be able to say कि अच्छा मैं एक project से दूसरे project में move कर देता हूँ without, I don't know what, without a certain warrant, like, you know,
उसके
performance warrant.
परफॉर्मेंस वारंट होता है, लाइक अगर आपकी परफॉर्मेंस बहुत ही लो है तो दूसरी टीम के इंजीनियरिंग मैनेजर विल डू सम बैकग्राउंड चेक ऑन यू कि सेइंग क्या चाहिए, पिछली टीम में क्या कर रहा था, क्या रेटिंग थी, एंड सो ऑन, एंड देन दे विल टेक यू इन देयर टीम. बट बाय एंड लार्ज you can change teams once a year, so people would change team once a year. Product managers may again so coming back to your question, what are the qualities of the brilliant product managers I've seen at Facebook? One of the key things, क्योंकि extroverted है, so the most successful product managers are the product managers are the one who are very lively, friendly, and open to taking feedback, giving feedback, and they are like life of the party, right? अगर आप randomly shadow करें different teams की meetings में जाके बैठें, you will see different types of teams and different types of meetings. कहीं पे कोई senior engineer will be driving the meeting, कहीं पे engineering manager will be driving the meeting, और कहीं पे project manager will be driving the meeting. And he will come in and he will do the pleasantries. He knows of everyone कि उनकी life में क्या चल रहा है, and he or she is really happy most of the time, and so that's one thing. The other thing is they got to be on top of their roadmap. And in order to do that, they have to be convincing to take their team with them. Okay? You could be on top of your roadmap in isolation, and आपकी team किसी और चीज पे काम कर रही है, and you don't even know, or you don't even care. Your team doesn't even agree with you. Or you can rally the team with you and also be on the same page. So and be organized or managed in their day-to-day tasks या जो भी backlog manage कर रहे हैं. So that's second thing. The third thing is they are very consistent and persistent, and almost always they have a mentor who teaches them that I've seen, or ये consistent and persistent in their playbook, right? हर PM ने का different तरीका होता है काम करने का, but to be able to come up with your own playbook of various things, कि अच्छा, this is how I'm going to do my weekly planning meeting, this is how I'm going to do my retrospective, this is how I'm going to do conflict management. For example, simple सी चीज़ है, एक product manager थी, and she was very good with getting things moving. ठीक है, अब इंजीनियर्स को आपने टास्क दिया, उन्होंने कहा अच्छा हाँ ये हो गया लेकिन ये रह गया, ये हो गया लेकिन ये रह गया, and so on. So what she would do is, simple सी टेक्निक है, that she would say कि ये चीज़ इस दिन तक complete हो जाएगी, and then she would say, is that reasonable? That's a very friendly yet very strong way to get someone to commit to something, right? और इस तरह की habits of these product managers that makes them successful human beings, but also successful product managers. And then playbook का मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ because if you have a playbook, you can replicate it over and over, and then you can start to automate it. And once you have automated, तो फिर आप you can take a bigger project, right? You can take multiple projects, and आपके second nature में है कि ये चीज मैंने इस playbook पे डाल दिया, and this playbook always works, hence this will keep working, and I'm gonna move my attention to the next thing. अब जो most successful जो levels हैं product managers के, they start at level 3 right out of college, like a junior product manager, and that level goes all the way to level 8, 10. You can be an individual contributor and be making a couple of $1 million a year. How do they do that? They have to keep expanding their scope. ठीक है? So अब अगर एक level 8 product manager जो है, that product manager will be executing a complete, let's say, design system revamp of the whole Facebook app. ठीक है? That means communicating with 20 different teams and working with 4 design systems that have been implemented in parallel in the past, sort of moving them into a single design system, getting it executed on a timeline, and making sure nobody drops the ball along the way, right? So वो चीज तभी हो सकती है जब आपके पास एक playbook है, and then you're running that playbook with all the 20 teams. आप हर team के साथ different approach नहीं रख सकते. On the flip side, the unsuccessful product managers, when they get to this level, उनसे multiple teams या multiple stakeholders को एक बंदे को कोई बात किया, दूसरे बंदे को कोई और बात जाके कर दिया, and later, like 3 months or 3 weeks down the line, आपके पास conflicting deliverables आ गए that cannot work with each other. ठीक है? For example, avatars बना रहे हैं और आप कह रहे हैं कि हमने जो settings के पेज पे जाके एक बटन डालना है और हमने न्यूज़ फीड में भी एक बटन डालना है. कहीं पे डिस्कशन हुई कि सेटिंग्स का पेज तो रिवैम्प हो रहा है, so they can't actually execute it. वो बात उसने आके टीम को कम्युनिकेट नहीं की, and the team, like the growth engineer या data analyst was expecting कि उस टीम से data आएगा. They go ask that team, and the team says, hey, we told your product manager कि ये चीज नहीं होगी. Your product manager didn't tell you, and now we are in trouble. या आपकी टीम एक प्रोडक्ट को रीराइट कर रही है, और जो टीम जिसने वो प्रोडक्ट ओरिजिनली लिखा था उसको बताया नहीं कि हम आपका प्रोडक्ट रीराइट करने बैठ गए. जब आप मिड वे पहुंच गए तो फिर लड़ाई शुरू होगी, बिकॉज नाउ दैट टीम, ऑल द इंजीनियर्स आर वरीड कि हमारी तो जॉब यानी जाने वाली है. नोबडी टोल्ड अस कि हमारा तो जो हमने जिस पे काम कर रहे हैं वो तो रिप्लेस हो जाएगा विद दिस न्यू सिस्टम. हु इज बिल्डिंग दिस न्यू सिस्टम? ठीक है, तो ये लोगों को अलाइन रखना इज अ वेरी की. रिलेशनशिप्स बिल्ड करना डीप. द सक्सेसफुल पीएम दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, शी would have dinners or lunches or meetings with people way outside her circle of influence. because she's building relationships, and one day those relationships would materialize, and that is very important. आप आगे कहेंगे कि नहीं मेरा काम से काम रखना है, मैंने उससे ज्यादा बात नहीं करनी किसी से, and then you don't invest in relationship building, तो वो नहीं चल सकता. And then lastly, assuming good intent. Again, this awesome PM that I admire, she उसके इर्द गिर्द अगर politics हो भी रही है, she would never comment on it, she would never engage in it, and she was hell focused on just the work. उसके इर्द गिर्द की teams आपस में लड़ रही हैं, politics कर रही हैं, जो भी कर रही हैं, she was unaffected by all of this. So the ability to block off all the BS that's happening is very, very key. कुछ लोग, some brilliant PMs go one step further कि वो they block themselves off so much कि they cut themselves from other people trying to build relationship with them, right? कि PM जो है वो अपने career या अपने project में इतना ज़्यादा involved है that he's just not, or she's just not entertaining anyone else's job, which I think hurts them over the long run because it's a collaborative effort. अगर लोग आपको टाइम दे रहे हैं आपके करियर की ग्रोथ में, आपको उन्होंने बिठा के कोई चीज बताई है, पढ़ाई है, सिखाई है, अपनी प्लेबुक दिखाई है, then it is your moral duty to do the same to them, right? But you know, there are so many flavors of people. कुछ लोग करते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं करते हैं. But that's like the caricature of successful product managers.
I have a couple of follow-up questions to this. So, in large part, जो areas आपने touch किए, a lot of them are about human relations management and the more operational role of a product manager. जिसमें project management भी आ जाती है, जिसमें जो मैंने अभी पहले बोला relationship management भी आ जाती है. लेकिन what about, and I know that you mentioned this before, that in terms of product discovery, innovation, that's more engineering driven. तो जो हम आज एक मॉडर्न प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर के रोल की बात करें तो खासतौर पर स्टार्टअप्स में, तो वहाँ पर तो एक उनका इम्पोर्टेंट रोल ये होता है कि टू बी एबल टू डू दैट रिसर्च, एंड दैट रिसर्च इज अक्रॉस डिफरेंट, इट इज मल्टी फैसेटेड. वो एक रिसर्च आपकी प्राइमरी रिसर्च भी होगी, वो रिसर्च आपकी यूजर से बात करके भी होगी, वगैरह वगैरह. तो वो जो प्रोडक्ट डिस्कवरी वाला फेज होता है वो Facebook में, do you think product managers are a part of that? And if so, कितना ज़्यादा?
Yeah, mostly वो वाला काम उन्होंने researchers को दिया हुआ है. Like research की एक team होती है. Like there is a pillar.
अच्छा.
So basically you can divide Facebook. You can say team structure is like pillars. Engineering एक pillar है, design एक pillar है, product एक pillar है, research एक pillar है, and data एक और pillar है. And like maybe there is like a content pillar, content marketing, content strategy. ठीक है, ये 6-7 pillars है. So उसमें क्रॉस कोलैबोरेशन की जो मैंने पहले बात की ना कि रिसर्चर्स के साथ आपने बना के रखनी है, ठीक है, बिकॉज that is where you gain the insights, at least in Facebook. So अब of course स्टार्टअप्स के पास इतना बजट नहीं होता है कि वो रिसर्चर या रिसर्च टीम के साथ काम करें मार्केट रिसर्च के साथ. So they have to sort of do it on their own for some time before they can hire people to do it for them. So that is one. The other is being enthusiastically part of user studies and coming up with ideas कि हम इस product को कैसे understand कर सकते हैं this will work. For example, in case of avatars, our product manager was enthusiastically going in the street, just picking people up and saying कि ये देखें हमारा product है, what do you think about this, right? Or just interviewing them or getting them in a lab and asking them कि ये क्या हो रहा. Or she would be really close to the research team and talking to them. Sometimes, again, after a certain seniority level, they tend to become specialized in various areas. Sort of, you can say, archetypes ban jate hain product managers ke bhi. There are people who are very good executors, right? These product managers, they can take a product from 0 to 1 out of the door, shipped on the App Store in 90 days. they will not engage in any sort of market study or anything. What they want is कि मुझे बता दें क्या बनाना है and I will make it. और इन्हीं के complementary engineers भी हैं who
लेकिन
are specialized in.
sorry, I'm just going to mold this question into you as an engineer. Like, जब आप इस टीम, इस तरह की टीम में होती हैं, इस तरह के प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर के साथ काम कर रहे होते हैं, so what kind of inputs do you get? Because, like, you know, you've in a way defined the kind of ideal archetype for what a good product manager looks like, but how, and so, you know, looking at it from the outside, okay, you're telling me what, you know, what the product manager should do, but you as an engineer who's at times receiving certain inputs from the product managers, what are those signals, and how do you turn those signals into an output that can then be delivered upon?
Yeah, that depends कि किस तरह का वो archetype है. So I was gonna add कि एक तो ये executor वाला archetype है कि जो आता है product का execute करता है. You know, she wants everything to be defined, and they will go break it down, get it done. Engineers के साथ relationship building and everything. The way I see that is कि product manager like pace करे team को, and they understand कि कहाँ पे इनको अब sprint करना है और कहाँ पे you know, dial it a little down. Then there is another archetype of product managers who are like sort of product discovery wale hain, that generate ideas and then they leave the execution. Like execution उनके sort of back burner पे होती है. You know, they try के execution को जितना automate कर सके कर दें, so that I can spend more time in thinking up new ideas. ठीक है? They just naturally gravitate towards that model. And then there's a third one जो कि इन दोनों में से कोई काम भी नहीं करता है या करती है, और that archetype is a connector, sort of. Connector क्या करता है कि they are very good people person and they can just connect things. They would go and connect with the EM, and they would connect with the engineering manager, and they would connect with the engineer and the designer, and they will make sure कि सारे आपस में बात कर रहे हैं और काम कर रहे हैं, जिसको जो चाहिए वो कर रहा है. They themselves don't give any input as such. They identify roadblocks and they eliminate those roadblocks. जैसे कि अच्छा designer की बात नहीं हो रही engineer से, अच्छा मैं कुछ करती हूँ, and she would go and talk to the engineer and talk to the designer and figure out a middle ground, get them sit together, and she will fix that problem. And that kind of person is sort of inherently what an engineering manager's job is, but they can be found in product manager roles as well, because they are just coming from that background. ठीक है, वो engineering से आ रहे हैं या MBA करके आ रहे हैं, and you know, they have an interest in product, but they are really good with people, so they kind of are in this spot where they have to do both. और इसी तरह की चीजें आपको engineering managers में भी मिलेंगी. But product wise, these are like the three. And then the fourth one is the growth sort of PM, who doesn't care too much about who cares the most about product growth and validation and everything. और बाकी चीजों को वो back burner पे ले जाते हैं कि यार अच्छा we can fix this, अभी inefficiently कर लेते हैं, let's get it out of the door, let's get the user feedback, ये feedback आ गया, now on the go they are adjusting their plans and going on. अब interestingly ये जो fourth category है, जो growth PM वाली category है, अगर आप इनमें से बाकी लोगों पे ये अप्लाई करने की कोशिश करेंगे, those PMs would get annoyed. They were like कि मुझे चीज बनाने तो दो, अभी यूजर के पास क्या करना है लेके जाके, I mean this is not ready. तो वो बाकियों की वीकनेस है जो इसकी स्ट्रेंथ है. ठीक है, but on the other hand growth PMs would go so fast कि वो क्वालिटी को कभी कभी कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर देंगे, या इंजीनियरिंग टीम को बर्न आउट कर देंगे, या you know
खुद भी burn out हो जाएंगे.
like a combination of these. तो ये tendencies हैं humans की to fall into naturally. ठीक है, आप मे बी चेंज कर सकते, चेंज होगा सिर्फ with mentorship. ठीक है, once you start working with, let's say, a people connector type PM, and that person becomes your mentor, that person will convince you कि भाई असल में जो आपकी जिंदगी का जो मकसद है वो ये है कि आपने थिंकर को एग्जीक्यूटर के साथ कनेक्ट करना है और बीच में से जितनी फ्रिक्शन है उसको निकाल देनी है, and that is your job as a product manager. ठीक है. But if you like read too much into like Twitter debates and like the product management Twitter or like all the other folks, वो उसमें आपको trends मिलेंगे. Like sometimes the wave is growth hacking. Like every PM should be a growth hacker, and sometimes it's, you know, some visionary design thinking or whatever. But if you pull the curtain behind all of this, there is a huge population of PMs out there, different kinds of PMs who are equally successful in different ways. You should just focus on playing to your strengths, whatever naturally gravitates you, but also keeping in mind that there is room for, you know, improvement in one way or the other.
बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है बिकॉज आई एक बहुत फेमस प्रोडक्ट लीडर हैं, मतलब एज एन प्रोडक्ट थॉट लीडर हैं कम्युनिटी में, श्रेयास दोशी के नाम से. आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो,
Yeah.
आई थिंक यू डू. आई थिंक वी शेयर्ड ट्विटर थ्रेड्स ऑफ हिम विद ईच अदर. तो वो जो आपने भी बात की अबाउट द 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ आर्किटाइप्स, आई थिंक ही शेयर्स 3 डिफरेंट आर्किटाइप्स. मुझे 2 याद हैं ऑन द टॉप ऑफ माई हेड, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द थर्ड वन, बट आई थिंक सो. एक तो उन्होंने बोला कि इज द इनोवेटर टाइप, राइट? They work better with smaller teams and they're more oriented. They work better when they're working with smaller teams. And the greatest value that you can extract with archetypes like these is when they're thinking on challenging or on complex and new problems, right? क्योंकि वो उनका product discovery वाला जो एक you can say skill होती है, वो is more enhanced than others. Then you have the operational product manager, the one that can work in large teams, the one that can be the connector. They're very good with communication. They're very good with larger teams. They're very good with talking with both the leadership and the engineers to get the work done. And I'm forgetting the third one, but वो basically इसी तरीके के archetypes होते हैं. और it's very important that you start to figure out your strengths, you know, as you progress through your career, and you identify कि यार अच्छा, where do you see you can extract most, like, you know, where you feel like you can provide most value to a team. बिकॉज वहाँ पे आपकी बहुत ज़्यादा लर्निंग भी होगी, और वहाँ पर आपको आप लाइक यू नो इट विल मेक यू इन अ लॉट ऑफ वेज अ सर्टेन मास्टर, लाइक यू नो इट विल अलाउ यू टू बी एबल टू master you know you hone your craft in a way which really differentiates you from the competition. और फिर उसके बाद, but that's like you said, that's not the B end and all end and B end, right? Or I'm forgetting here, but that's, you need to also make sure that you're constantly upskilling yourself to identify the areas that you're not that strong in. So for example, if you're the kind of person that likes to work with smaller teams, well, if you're a startup that's working really, but if you're a startup that's doing really well, the small team at one point in time is going to become a bigger team. And if you are not able to, you know, be a good, you know, if you're not able to understand the nuances of managing bigger teams, so you're going to struggle, right? So where you might go with from an ace product manager to maybe not the, you know, the best product manager on the team. तो इस ये थोड़े different तौर तरीके हैं to be able to identify your strengths and weakness early on and just work on both of them. So I love that discussion. I think that's you know, brought a lot of learning for myself as well. So thank you for that. Let's talk about Pakistan, right? Our favorite topic to again want to shit talk about. Not shit talk about Pakistan. It's just genuinely for both of our love for Pakistan, where we talk about, you know, ways that can hopefully or we fantasize about trajectories that Pakistan might head towards that will hopefully change its, you know, future in a significant way. So how do you become a successful engineer in the technology hub of the world? So aapki journey, how do you trace back your journey from, you know, as a graduate at FAST to working in a local startup, getting a head of engineering position, और फिर उसके बाद giving that role up, thinking okay, like मुझे तो आपने बताया है कि okay, you didn't want, एक वक्त आ गया था जब आप head of engineering से इसलिए तंग आ गए थे because it took you away from coding and it was, a lot of it was just management. So you felt that was not aligned. Again, just going back to what we talked about, okay, finding your strengths and like understanding where you're going to be able to do well. So फिर आपने Yelp में you started looking for roles in Yelp. You started looking for roles in America, and then you found Yelp. फिर Yelp से आप Facebook, और अब So, Thurisi, I would like for you to just trace back your journey,
Yeah.
and how have you found yourself to be at working at Tome?
Yeah, I think शुरू से बहुत very early on, like I had this thing about tinkering with computers. Or the best thing that ever happened to me was I was living in Ahmedabad in a dorm in a like a attached apartment on campus in a school, like a boarding school. So वहाँ पे there was not much outing to do. There were not many friends to hang out with. There was no TV to be watched. There were no movies to be watched. There was no internet to be surfed, etc. So that left me with a computer and myself for hours, and sometimes the guitar as well. But that's a different discussion. So usse ye hua ki I would just try and install so many different things, and every time I install a new software, I would be like, oh wow, ye bhi ho sakta hai, acha ye bhi ho sakta hai, acha, oh 3D Studio Max hai. Oh, there is a Guitar Pro, you can make music on the computer. Oh, there's this, oh there's that, and you keep uh getting exposed to so many different things, rapid succession. That was amazing. And also, once you get exposed to so many different things very quickly, then उसमें से फिर आप choose कर सकते हैं कि आपको क्या करना है, right? अगर आप को बचपन में बंदा कह दे कि तुमने सिर्फ ये करना है, there's a high chance कि आपने वो नहीं करना. But then the question is कि फिर क्या करना है? And you have no idea. A lot of youth have no idea what they want to do with their life. It's because उनको exposure ही नहीं मिला of different things. But I was lucky कि I was just getting exposed to books, to programming, to all these various things. So programming ka eventually I landed on programming. Interestingly, me and a couple of other school friends, I introduced them to some 3D tools, and we got into it. उसका play around कर रहे थे, and I discovered कि 3D Studio Max में Flash में there's a programming interface as well. You can automate and program things. I was like, अच्छा, that looks interesting. I want to do that. मेरे ही group में एक और लड़का था. He is now in Dubai. He's an architectural 3D modeler, right?
That's some
That
title.
was that. Yeah, he just builds building 3D models of different buildings and stuff for like very large clients, and he enjoys doing that. So two people sitting in the same room looking at the same tool, and they forked from there. I went into programming that thing, and he went into 3D and building that thing.
But they say,
उसको भी programming.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry to kind of interrupt you. ये इसकी है ना, there's this kind of just brought you back to this TED talk जो Ethan Hawke ने की थी, and he talked about वो Top Gun देखी थी उसके भाई ने, and they got two completely different directions out of it. One was that okay, उसने Tom Cruise को देखा as an actor, and he realized that this is what he wanted to do, and his brother saw the same thing, and he realized he wanted to serve in the army or the military.
Yeah.
So okay, anyways,
yeah,
sorry.
that's amazing. उधर से programming में चला गया, and then once you go into programming, so it certain mindset developers also not socializing with people too much also kind of hinders your social skills. So I was always very binary. कि अच्छा ऐसे क्यों है? Like how do you rationalize this? This doesn't make any sense. I want to do this. I don't want to do that kind of thing. कोई middle ground बीच में नहीं है. So programming की तरफ progress करता गया. I was like very early on pretty good with programming. जब university गया, I was kind of bored with a lot of things in initial semesters. Sometimes I would be sleeping in the class at the very back. और जो हमारे intro to computing की teacher थी Miss Uzma, तो she would say कि आप बताएं, like what's the answer for this? Like she would write some code on the thing, and I would just wake up and I'd be like, ये answer है. She would be like, yeah, fine, just go back to sleep. You're right. And that's what I would do in the university. Or fast programming was like pretty challenging. But anyway, उधर से फिर Lahore आ गया, and then I wanted to do iOS because in 2010 iOS app development was a big thing, but I didn't have any money, so I had some saving. वो सारी saving देके मैंने एक friend से second hand MacBook लिया, और I was like, yeah, I'm gonna teach myself how to do iOS engineering. I moved to Lahore, और वहाँ पे I was their first iOS engineer in that team, and I started building the team, and that was successful. And they made me
this is Bentley.
No, this is now Quest. Bentley was like we were doing desktop apps. from 2008 to 2010. That was a fun experience. That was my first experience with enterprise systems. उसमें चीजें थोड़ी सी slow चल रही थी, and I was getting a bit bored. वही corporate ladder climbing kind of thing भी चल रही थी. I wanted to do something more exciting, something more close to the customer. So वो iOS वाली चीज करनी शुरू की. I was good at it, hired a team, then I became the tech lead. Then I had other tech leads, so I became a team manager, and I was maybe one of the better team managers. So they said, head of engineering ban jao, and I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. Because मेरे से ज़्यादा senior team managers थे, but they chose not to take that role because like it's demanding, and I was like, yeah, why not? Also, I was very into mindtools.com and bunch of these other resources के like engineering management कैसे होती है और organization कैसे चलानी है. And then I was like कि ये problem है, company कुछ business लेके आ रही है, इसके clients हैं. The whole point is to close those deals, to close those projects on time, on schedule, and then we will make money. Cool, that's a good problem. I think I can solve it. So I jumped into engineering management. तो उसमें प्ले बुक्स लिखनी शुरू कर दी कि अच्छा सेल्स इंजीनियरिंग टीम कैसे हैंड ओवर करेगी, इंजीनियरिंग टीम डिजाइनर ऐसे काम करेंगे एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. बट देन you know I started getting bored of all this money talk. I don't want to talk about money all the time. कि अच्छा वो वाली इनवॉइस क्लियर हो गई नहीं हुई, वो वाला प्रोजेक्ट फंस गया, अच्छा उस पर कितने आवर्स चाहिए वो. I was like, I'm not writing any code, I'm not building anything, and I'm missing out कि Silicon Valley में जबरदस्त काम हो रहा, and I'm here just clearing invoices. This sucks. So I started in 2012, 13. I started applying, or got lots of rejections, but I kept working on it. I got a reality check कि भाई आप यहाँ पे बेशक head of engineering होंगे, but you're like the head of engineering of like a small pond. The ocean is really big. वहाँ पे और बड़ी मछलियाँ भी हैं. So you may think very highly of yourself, but that's maybe not true.
And
So
on
वो
top of
reality
that,
check
cultural shock भी था ना? It must have been a cultural
कल्चरल
shock
शॉक
as well.
तो वो कल्चरल शॉक आएगा जब मैं उधर पहुंचूंगा. अभी तो इंटरव्यू राउंड में अगर आपको लोग रिजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, you're like यार मैं हेड ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग, I'm like supposed to be a big shot software engineer from fast, top of my company, top of my class. How can you reject me? So that gives you a
Yeah.
reality check कि भाई आपकी programming is like a local maximum. It's because nobody's programming, so that makes you appear like you're a good programmer, but that's not true. So you have to up your game. ठीक है. I guess that applies to product managers as well कि अभी आपका पाकिस्तान में एक nascent culture of startups, and your startup has raised some money and you're a product manager, and when the tide is rising everybody's happy. लेकिन फिर आपको कुछ अर्से बाद reality check मिलता है कि that's not true globally. That's what happened, and I upped my game, and then फिर मैं उधर से interviews clear करके यहाँ पे आ गया, and that was a good decision, because engineering wise now I'm like a 8-year experienced software engineer in a world where I'm equivalent to a fresh grad here, sort of. So I had to give up my old habits, और यहाँ के disciplines को adopt करना. The teams were very disciplined in how they do code reviews, how they talk about architecture, how they talk about product development, data gathering, growth. Yelp में I was in the growth team, so I got a crash course on acquisition, engagement, retention, re-engagement, और कि data को कैसे query करना है, tooling कैसे बनानी है, code कैसे production level code कैसे लिखना है that is going to millions of people every week. You're not used to that kind of discipline in a services company mostly. Services company में you're like कि बस सर से उतारो, निकालो project को, get it done, get it cleared, get the invoice cleared, that's it. The goal is to get your invoice cleared. So from that mindset to the goal is कि आपने customer को product से प्यार करवाना. So those are two very different worlds. And I realized कि जो पहला वाला world है of clearing invoice, I was in the wrong industry. Software services is not the same as product development, right? And now I feel now I'm in the right industry because that's what I always wanted to do. कि मेरे पास idea, I want to build something and I want to see a customer use it, and that customer gives me a feedback and I improve it, and I see the customer getting better at whatever they want to do with it. As a Tom May, we are rebuilding storytelling tool, and we are using the product ourselves. We sit with the customers हमें direct feedback दे रहे हैं कि आप ये करें. Services company में एक same project अगर एक services company को दिया जाता है, उसे सर से उतार के निकल जाना था, invoice clear करनी थी, and then they wouldn't even care कि किसी ने use किया कि नहीं किया. I made maybe 100 iOS apps. Zero of those 100 survived the App Store because I was never incentivized to do it. I was never paid to do it. और वो जो हमसे बनवा रहे थे वो भी हमसे सस्ते में बनवा के काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. They weren't invested in their business either. और उस वक्त हमें ये रियलाइज ही नहीं हुआ कि स्टार्टअप जर्नी कितनी मुश्किल है. तो वो फाउंडर ने कोई जर्मनी में बैठा, उसने कहा ये ऐप पाकिस्तान से बनवा लेते हैं, एंड उन्होंने बनवा ली. उसकी ग्रोथ कैसे करनी है, उसकी मार्केटिंग कैसे करनी है, they didn't know anything about that. उसकी मेंटेनेंस कैसे करनी है, और वो प्रोजेक्ट ठप हो गया. Like all those 100 apps, they don't exist on the App Store anymore. So I was very disheartened कि यार ये क्या बकवास है. Like I didn't come to this world to just write code that will never see light of the day. So that's kind of the journey.
And like, for example, how much of it do you think, Nikhil, I'm just going to touch upon the cultural thing a bit more because I know, see, a lot of what you've said or a lot of what you've touched upon is first principles thinking, right? Thinking from the, matlab, as in, like you said, right now in a services company, most people that are working in a services company totally kind of, or maybe too late in their journey, would realize this point. Why am I in this company and what am I trying to do in the first place? Like, what's my inner motivation to do it? Am I just doing it to go from a paycheck to paycheck? Yeah, am I genuinely interested in building something? Like, did I become an engineer? Like you said, you became an engineer because you fell in love with software development. You fell in love with softwares, and that's what you wanted to build for the rest of your life. So, and we know, and we've talked about in Lens, that is something, that ability to introspect अपने शौक को, अपने मतलब as in के अपने एक inner एक inner mantra, एक inner monologue जो होता है आपका, उसके साथ having that dialogue with that inner monologue, kind of that inner conscience, and trying to find out and explore, catch up what excites you, what doesn't excite you, taking those risks, like you said, doing hard things. वो बहुत severely lacking है in our Pakistani community, चाहे वो product management में हो, चाहे वो engineering में हो, चाहे वो किसी भी चीज में. So how did you, like, do you think that for you it was never a challenge because you thought about these things from very early on in life, and if so, या फिर ये मतलब this is a discovery that you made later on in life?
Yeah, I think it is hard always. एक तो natural आपकी tendencies तो हैं ही. So for example, I would stay up all night trying to solve a problem because my mind just wouldn't shut up. And it says कि नहीं ये solve करके ही जाना. और मुझे यूनिवर्सिटी में लोग कहते थे यार ये क्या ख्वार है, like weekends पे भी बैठ के काम कर रहा. But that's just how my brain works. एक तो वो चीज़ है. But I see a lot of people getting stuck in a local maxima there as well. कि वो चीज़ करते रहते हैं जो उनको आती है, but they don't branch out of it. They don't push themselves out of it. For example, I could say कि मैं iOS engineer हूँ, और मैं desktop engineer हूँ, let's say in Bentley, .NET का काम कर रहा हूँ. And then someone says, hey, you wanna come join my team and build an iOS team? And I can say, well, I've never done iOS. I think I'm fine. I don't want to join your team. मैं अपना .NET काम करता रहूँगा, and nobody's working in .NET right now, or like not that many people. So वो challenge और risk taking का भी एक ingredient होता है that contributes to this, and I think in my case that contributes. I make a lot of mistakes because I'm just very sometimes impulsive, and I'm very open to taking risk, right? कि अच्छा सारी फैमिली पैक करके पाकिस्तान से यहाँ पे आना, you know, it may be like some people say, oh, that's a dream come true, but it's not that easy. आप अपने ties, अपने friends, अपने family, सब चीजें छोड़ के आ रहे हैं, in an environment, एक company से resign कर रहे हैं, interview की preparation, you could be doing so many other things in that time. Like the amount of hours I spent training for interviews for Silicon Valley is too much. Like most people would just give up in, you know, first 10%, 20%, 30% of that time. To be able to consistently train like an athlete for months, it requires a certain perseverance, a certain risk taking, and a certain passion. So ये कुछ चीजें ingredients हैं जो चाहिए होती हैं. And I think people have it, they just are very reluctant to do it क्योंकि वो चीजों से expose नहीं हो होता. जब आप 10 चीजें से expose हो जाते हैं ना, then that's why what you were saying कि mafia, ये PayPal mafia, ये वो बन गया. Once you realize कि startup founder is actually इतना risky काम नहीं, मतलब risky है but इतना भी बुरा काम नहीं है, and I can do it. वो Steve Jobs कहते हैं ना, once you realize that you can poke your finger from one side and something pops out from the other end, and that the whole world around you is made by people no smarter than you, तो फिर आपकी वो बत्ती ऑन हो जाती है दिमाग की कि oh shit, that's right. Like airlift, अगर एक कंपनी एक कुछ इंजीनियर्स एयरलिफ्ट बना रहे हैं, like उनके सर पे सिंक तो नहीं निकले हुए, उन्होंने कोई हार्वर्ड स्टैनफोर्ड से ग्रेजुएट होके तो नहीं आए हुए, वो भी यहीं से पढ़े जहाँ से हम पढ़े. So why can't I do this?
Yeah, I think on that note, that's on that very inspirational note, we're going to let you go. Before you go, we usually ask all our guests this one question: okay, what is that one piece of content that you would recommend?
Oh,
और इस content ऐसे
yeah.
कोई भी किताब हो सकती है, you podcast हो सकता है, या article हो सकता है.
I think for product managers, one of the books that I really liked and recommend is called User Story Mapping. It's not related to user stories, but it's like user story in general, like the story of a user, what they want to do with your product. So it's a very good book that I recommend. And the podcast Acquired is really good.
Oh, I love that.
They deep dive into different products and their acquisitions. Apart from that, as an engineer, एक blog / YouTube / book है called Practical Engineering, practical.engineering.
The pragmatic
really
engineering
good.
नहीं है?
That's a different thing. Practical engineering is actually like hard civil engineering kind of thing. जिसमें वो बड़े projects को decompose करके बताता है कि like how does an electric power plant work? Like what happened when America's whole power grid went offline? क्या हुआ था? क्या मसला हुआ? So that's very good. Or the other one is 3B 1B by Grant Sanderson. Amazing math. अगर आपको math का शौक है.
हमारा favorite guy to hear to. मतलब उसकी आवाज is just ethereal. Yeah.
I love him.
All right.
So, yeah,
thank you.
Lex Friedman, of course.
Yeah, Lex Friedman. Thank you so much, Zaki. I wish we could do this for longer, but thank you so much. Hopefully we can have you back again. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. All right.
Bye-bye.